Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 72 of WCW. I'm Swarls, and I am on the long and winding road to Halloween Havoc 1994. I swear it's getting further away every stream. I don't know how that's possible, but we are still 24 days away from Halloween Havoc, which means we're not going to get to it this stream either. So, cool. Next one, though, for sure. Next stream, Mamma Mia, it's gonna happen. But yeah, last stream we mostly found out that Takada is like super over now. I think I'm gonna let Takada cut a promo. That's what I was looking at before I went live here. I think because he's got the pop, he's got charisma and mic, and he's been here long enough that he probably speaks English. I should have checked that. Yeah, fluent English. I'm gonna let Takada cut a promo on Saturday night. We're gonna let him cook. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll even have him do a promo battle with, like, Ric Flair. Yeah, we'll do, like, Flair, Anderson, Takada, Ken Shamrock is there standing in the background with Ken not talking. All the ladies we signed for Dev are leaving the USWA and Ladies Major League Wrestling, sure. There's no reason the promo shouldn't be good. He's over, he has charisma, he has like, it should work. It shouldn't work. Like, it shouldn't be able to work, but the numbers in the video game say it should work. I like the idea that you could, like, book people in America and they'll eventually learn English, but I think it happens way too fast. I think it should take like 5 years to become fluent or something, but it takes like 6 months. Okay. House show in Mid-Atlantic, 2,200 fans, sure. Hugo Savinovich, who'd you argue with? Hugo Savinovich got into a big argument with Don Kernodle. Sure. Genox, hello. It should work. It shouldn't work, but it will. I mean, that's what I said, and I stand by it. The same way that, like, I should not be allowed to just have, like, Takeshita to cut 6-minute promos that get a 90 on the AEW save. But it works. Because he's charismatic and over. And he has fluent English according to the game. Yeah, Nakajima, another one. Tenryu on Nitro. We've been letting him cook promos. It's a little less true in this game, but in TEW 2020, if someone was over, you could get a good promo out of them. Even if they were kind of like dog crap at talking, as long as they were like 85 plus pop, they were going to get a good rating on a promo. Oh yeah, Baba is on the booking committee, isn't he? I didn't think about that when we were going to let him go. Is there someone else we could replace him with? Are there any other good bookers? Don Cal. Dusty's already on the team. You know, we could put Eddie Gilbert on the booking team. That would be good. I mean, we're not going to put Eric Bischoff on the team, but he could be. Eddie Gilbert's a better booker than Baba, so I think we're probably just going to give Baba's spot to Eddie Gilbert. Yeah, we don't need to keep him for the booking team. We have a lot of good bookers. Hell, Masawa could take his place. Yep. Yeah, no, we're good. We have a lot of people that can do it. Like Vampiro. Yeah, we'll be fine. Oh, Masawa's already on it. I forgot about that. Alright, here we go. Nitro time. Let's see. Where haven't we run in a while? The Southwest. Last time we were here, we went to the Oracle Arena. So this time we're going to go to Phoenix. I have no idea what we need. Sure. A safe bet for Ricky Steamboat. Sure. Angle idea. Big gamble. Give me a better angle idea. Safe bet. Thank you. Give me a storyline idea. Bit of a gamble for Terry Funk. No, thank you. Give me a better storyline idea. Safe bet. If I just asked for a better one, they give it to me. It's fine. Want to run Canada? Not in WCW. No, we'll draw like 1,000 people, if that. We could randomly run Japan, especially for some of these Nitros, because, you know, we have all these Japanese wrestlers. That's not, like, out of the question, but Canada, no. Rie Tamada got trained. Oh, we'll need another trainer, too. But again, I think we have many people that'll be able to do it. Find a legit old-school IRL mod. I mean, the 1992 mod works. Although if you're looking for, like, older than that, I don't really know any off the top of my head. Although I do think at this point you're still looking at converting 2020 mods to 9. Although Nick could probably answer that better. Dusty Rhodes and Baba. We're finding a karaoke machine. Great. Akio Hiwata did road stories. Okay, that was a pretty chill locker room. Alright, so we have been slowly building. Alright, we've already kind of set up the 5 versus 5 match. The problem is, we're still like 2 months out from Fall Brawl. But, I don't know, maybe we just set it up. Recruit. Jumbo is a glory hog. Liger gets an ultimate face. Ultimate beat Jerry Lynn. Yes, we had the old Dusty attack last week. Toyota. Oh, I had an idea for Manami Toyota and Wendy Richter. Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio had bad chemistry, of course. Of course they did. Alright. Alright, this is like not at all the thing I should be starting with. But since I had this idea, we're gonna do it. This scene's gonna start with like Manami and Wendy Richter talking, but like I'm not gonna add that part because it's just gonna be 30 seconds of them like going over something. And then, because remember how like Rick Rude and Jumbo and Manami Toyota and Wendy Richter are like the same storyline happening parallel to each other? Well, instead of them happening parallel, we're gonna intertwine them, okay, and make it seem like it's on purpose. Okay, that's the plan here. So basically, Rick Rude is gonna come up and talk to Manami, who will simply stand there. Basically, just be like, you know, Wendy Richter, I see how she's treating you. She, like, you know, like you're not worth, you know, she's the big star and you're beneath her. That's exactly how Jumbo was treating me. You can't take that. You gotta stand up for her. You gotta stand up to her. He's basically corrupting Manami Toyota to turn heel on Wendy Richter. I guess Jumbo is also being talked about. To convince Toyota to turn heel. Chat, did I forget to bring up Megumi Kudo again? God fucking damn it. Fuck. Alright, I really need to bring her onto the roster and then get her momentum. So we're gonna ignore that for now. We're gonna do a big promo. We're gonna do big Sting, Big Van Vader, Eddie, Dustin and Ron. Y'all are simply there. But this is basically going to be a big, long promo with the 5 baby faces that are going to be in the War Games match, challenging NWO to a War Games match. You know, there's 5 of us. I know there's 5 NW. There's at least 5 NWO. We've been doing this all year. We thought we were going to settle in Japan. Japan didn't settle anything. You know, Fall Brawl, War Games, WCW versus NWO. Like, let's settle the score. Like, you know, that kind of promo. But they're going to get 8 minutes out of it. Although, again, I think we're going to do, you know, we'll do entrances. The baby faces are all going to, like, high-five each other, that kind of stuff. And they're going to talk about Stan and Kenta and Masawa and Terry Gordy and Dr. Death. Babyfaces challenge NWO to winner takes all War Games match. Alright, great. So far we've booked a lot of talking. I guess this isn't WCW after all. What is your longest TEW save? You might be looking at it. I don't typically play more than like 2 or 3 years. I mean, way back in EWR, like way back when I was in like high school, I probably had a save that was like 4 or 5 years. But yeah, I don't typically go much longer than that. Let's see here. AEW, yeah, I guess. I mean, there's more AEW episodes right now because we took like a month off from WCW, but they're pretty close in how long they've been going on in game. They're both around 2 years in game. Tenru attack Dusty. All right, so that's another promo. That's actually okay. We get this. Let's have Tenru just squash somebody. This looks like a job for Ogawa, who he may have already beaten. No. Great. Six minutes, Tenru wins. And then a crazy and wild Sabu will come out afterwards because he's so upset that Dusty was attacked. And they will fight. Since Sabu does not talk, and I don't think Dusty should come back in 1 week, so this will be a little holdover. What can we do with the NWO? If all the baby faces Yeah, there's not... The 5 guys in that match really are all the top baby faces. So it would be weird if NWO just didn't say anything, but maybe, you know, maybe they're just busy this week. Remember the Headhunters? They're going to take on Masawa and Kobashi. This is going to be a 10-minute wild brawl. Kobashi's just going to win. Six-man tag. Okay, we haven't done the straight-up tag. I feel like that's allowed. Razor out cools Pillman. That doesn't really tell me a lot about what happened there. What's going on with Regal and Owen? They just had a tag match last week. See, Regal defeated. Okay, I think we had Owen. One of them probably has to cut a promo. Maybe both of them. Steve Regal is a real wrestler, unlike those. Okay, Owen probably needs to cut a promo about I'm a Hart and the Hart legacy and how dare Steven Regal disrespect Stu and Brett and Bruce. How dare he say shit about Bruce? So we're gonna give him a character idea and hope that works. Or a storyline idea, right? Angle idea. We got it. We have 2 Jushin Liger angle ideas. And one's extremely risky. Okay, not that one. Oh, and here's a safe bet. Need you to go cook William Regal. We need a main event for this show. Okay, we have Liger. Liger's a big star. We have Stan Hansen. Stan Hansen's a big star. I've never played Seaverse either. I can't. I need the people to be real. I know, like it doesn't really matter, but it matters to me. Oh, see, here's the problem with trying to book main event for the show. We got heel. We got Jumbo. We got Jumbo down here. We're gonna have to book. You know, we had those 5 baby faces cutting that big promo. That's gonna open the show. I didn't want to have them also work, but they're gonna have to because those are all the top baby faces. So we can do Liger and one of the guys in the War Games match against Ultimo and one of the guys in the War Games match. That sounds good to me. Like, I understand the Seaver stuff probably even works better because you're like, you could make the personality stuff better. Like, I get that, but I don't know. It's the same reason with like sports video games. Everyone wants the licensed games. Like, yeah, you can make one without a license, but it just doesn't hit the same. I need to book fucking Sting and Stan Hansen. It can't be approximations of them. It doesn't hit. It doesn't hit. Let's do Liger. I mean, Stan. We could also use this as the Stan getting ready to turn babyface thing. So let's do Liger and Stan against Ultimo. Ultimo and Sting? That's a weird team. Ultimo and Eddie would probably be a good team, unless they have no chem. Which maybe they do. Ooh, cheap viewers. Let's go. I mean, if it's Stan... I mean, Ultimo Big Van... Why not? This is so weird. Oh, you know what? Vader's not even in this storyline, so maybe... Though it's extremely hot, so it's probably fine. So let's look at Liger and Ultimo. Light heavyweight title. Let's see. Liger... Fairly good. Ultimo... Oh, they're both fairly good. Okay. Well, then you guys can lose, because we're trying to tell... I'm not going to make this a storytelling match, because it's the main event, but... I'm going to have Stan... Actually, no. I'm going to have Liger probably won't lose. I'm going to have Stan lose. I just had him win. I'm going to have Vader win. I'm going to have Stan lose. And Liger. Let's have Liger lose. Miscommunication, which I think in this case is going to be super obvious. Stan tries to, like, lariat the hell out of Ultimo. Ultimo ducks. He fucking kills Liger. Then Vader bombs him and pins him. And we will make this open. And then after the match, I want Liger, and we should probably send like Ventura out there yelling at Stan, just going like, "What the hell was that? You got to get your head in the game. You know, ever since you lost the world title, you're not the same guy." And Stan's just like, "I know, I'm not. It was my fault. It won't happen again." Okay, so now we also need a storytelling match. Dusty can still wrestle. This is true, but like... only technically. I mean, I guess he isn't horrendous, but I prefer not to put him in matches. He also has ice cold momentum, probably because we don't have him wrestle. Although if we got him momentum, he would probably cut better promos, which would be good. We need to do a storytelling match that involves Pillman and Razor. Razor, Sabu, and Eddie Guerrero defeat Tenryu and the Dangerous Alliance. Razor Ramon beat Mike Awesome. Pillman, who the fuck is Razor Ramon? Alright. We've already been doing a lot of tags. You know what? Razor and Pillman just haven't straight up had a match yet, which is probably... we could probably just have them have a singles match. That's probably fine. Because we're not going to do like a 3 pay-per-view series with Razor Ramon and Pillman. We could do the first match on TV. I think that's fine. Especially if it's like a 12-minute storytelling match. Pillman has fairly poor... okay. Well, there you go. Pillman is going to get a tainted victory over the bad guy. Get some heat ski. Alright, and we've got like 10 minutes left. Regal, Terry Gordy, not on the show. That's fine. Bull. Is there anyone here? Who do I have left that's recognizable? Oh, Dan Crawford's recognizable. Okay. Baba. Oh, Baba's about to leave and he's recognizable? Oh, dude. But, like, Baba's even worse than Dusty, which is why we don't... I mean, he's, like, bad. He's got 64 pop. Oh, this is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. We're gonna have Baba put somebody over. Gary Albright. I think I might give Gary Albright time off because his body is like cooked. Yeah, he's got a red, like, every time we book him, the game is like, he's dying. Please have Ray beat him. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's... Yeah. That's the match. This is some freak show booking, baby. Ray can get the win with a flash pin. Huge upset. He beat him. He beat the Giant. By God. Sorry. Baba's mad. Yeah. 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 Although, you know, we probably have to be careful with making Baba mad because a lot of people on my roster do like and respect him. It could be Norman Smiley. Listen, we already did a whole series where we tried to push Norman Smiley. Rest in peace, ROH. Flash reduces the pop gain. He is already angry. Let me look at Ray's stats here. What's his star quality? He's got 84 star quality. What's Norman's? It's probably... It's got to be less than that. Yeah, 53. So Ray's a star, baby. Yeah, fuck it. Ray's gonna win. Yeah. I know. I'm sorry, Baba. And then we open with... I forgot to book an opening match. I guess we're opening with Razor and Pillman storytelling. Then we do an Owen Hart promo, Baba vs. Rey Mysterio. That's probably a good place to put that. Yep, that's the show. Do we have a Vader? No, we do not. Although we do have a lot of creative finishes. Maybe there's like a safe bet. I don't really want to use a likely on a main event. That's scary. And I don't... Yeah, let's do a safe bet. I also don't want to use a near certainty. Save those for the pay-per-view. This is a weird show. I'm going to say like an 88. Good opening promo. So all these guys. That's a lot of guys. That's a lot of dudes. $82 on Razor and Pillman. Okay, that's good. Hard carry by Brian Pillman, but that's kind of what we expected here. I am very curious to see what this Rey Mysterio and Giant Baba match is going to get. Oh, wait. Owen promo first. God. Even with the angle idea, this got a 72. All right. Okay. All right. Owen and Regal are going to have a really good match. But story-wise, no one's... Like, Regal is the better mic guy of the two, and he's not great. So this is going to kind of struggle to get heat. We'll just have to book some matches. 56. Didn't click, and Baba was off his game because he was probably dogging it. You know what? That checks out. That all... Sure. But if Ray went up and popped, it'll have been worth it. 68 for Rick Rude trying to corrupt Manami Toyota. You know what? We gained heat for Richter and Toyota, and that's really what we were trying for. So I'll take it. How did Baba take the Rana? Slowly. Slowly and carefully. Kind of slowly tumbled over. 81 for Headhunters versus Misawa and Kobashi. Okay. Okay. I mean, again, kind of all Misawa, but not complaining about that. Misawa and Kobashi have great chemistry. Great. Okay, finally one of those. The way I've been going in this game, I'm surprised they have good chemistry and not, like, negative chemistry. Uh, 70 for Tenryu Ogawa. How did Tenryu Ogawa get this high? That seems like an oversight on my part. Then a big brawl. People like these guys brawling. 87. Ultimo Dragon and Big Van Vader have absolutely zero chemistry as partners. That one I'm not going to blame the game about. I think fair enough game. But to get an 87 on a match with zero chemistry is actually pretty impressive. So I'll allow it. Good thing we did that creative finish, huh? Otherwise this would have gotten like a 77 and I would have been pissed. And then these guys yelled at Stan. 88. That is exactly what I said. So, can't be upset about it. We made money. We're up in the Maritimes. We're up where it matters. Do you think Bob was just going to leave, like, right now instead of letting his contract run out? You think he's just going to leave the arena in Phoenix, Arizona and never come back? He might. Graduate first refusal for Harold Bennett. We got a power plant guy here. Seems bad. I think we are going to take our first refusal and refuse it. I don't really like using the fake guys, and then also he's not even good. So I think we're just going to decline this. I don't even think Jim needs him. I think we have plenty of actual people. Put Eddie Gilbert on the booking team and change it. Yeah, sure, we can do those things. Booking team. Eddie Gilbert, welcome aboard. Doug Gilbert's happy. No one else cares. This picture of him giving the finger is now very funny on this list. Just flipping all these guys off. Fuck you, Jim Ross. You don't like my ideas? Fuck you. Oh, his gimmick is blue collar. I thought it would be American Dream, so that's an easy fix. Badass. Oh, badass is really the only thing he does. All right, badass. I would say the American Dream is pretty creative and unique. I don't think we need a gimmick idea for Dusty Rhodes. I think he's gonna get it. Although we have 2 near certainties. I think we're still fine though. Alright, great. Perfect. We could have changed his gimmick to Polka Dot Dusty. We are still in the search for Bobby Eaton tag member. Although we have to, I don't think I resigned Bobby Eaton, so he's gonna have to find one soon. New leader for the ring crew. I know that's the name of a stable, but that's very funny. Oh no! No! Fuck. Oh, Takada, listen. Takada. Listen, I am a time traveler from the future, and I'm here to tell you, don't do MMA. Stick to the fake stuff. The real fights don't go well for you. Just stay in pro wrestling. Someone's gonna put you in a real fight against Hicks and Gracie, and you're gonna get fucking murdered. Don't accept the fight. 21. Oh no. Oh, they just yell at each other. I mean, Tammy Sitch yelling at somebody, no real surprise there. God, he yells at his camping too. All right, we have 2 months, so the Halloween Havoc match is still on. Although I was just talking to chat before this about how, like, wow, Takada's so over. Like, him and Ken Shamrock could win that match, and then they would have the tag titles, and then that would free, like, Ric Flair up for the top of the card. But that's off the table now, I suppose. All right. Okay. Southeast. Listen, Saturday Night is a Southeast brand. I think we just run the Southeast. We did BJCC. See, Nick, I told you, BJCC Arena. We do it all the time, WCW. So that means last time we were in Alabama. So maybe we do Florida this time. We could also do Tennessee. I don't think we go to Tennessee a lot. We're going to go to the Orlando Arena. That seems like not a lot of creative energy. I assume that's because, like, Baba's so pissed. Yeah, Baba's not giving us anything. That checks out. Give me a storyline idea. Nope, okay. Give me a storyline idea. Safe bet. Alright. Give me a character idea. Your certainty. For Rick Rude. Well, give me a finish. Oh, I don't have enough for a finish. Give me an angle idea. Safe bet. Alright, that's not bad. Incidents. George South. Set up a barbecue. Hell yeah, now we're talking. Now that's WCW. Todd Champion and Tsunami have been hanging out. Okay, both those guys have a lot of free time. Baba trained some people. Was probably real salty about it. Oh, I didn't. You know what? This might backfire. Let's do an open forum. Koloff, Raven, Baba. Got a small morale boost. Yeah, Warrior. Got a little Randy Savage. That's a... I'm getting yelled at by Baba, Warrior, Randy... Like, that's rough. Ted DiBiase. Yeah, Piper is Warrior's partner. We have that settled. Last week we had Vampiro and Widowmaker they want to make the ultimate impression on WCW. In fact, let's just do that. Warrior's going to win a squash match. So let's do... God, he has probably squashed all of these people. Warrior, you ever squash Mike Barton? No. Great. Perfect. Warrior's going to squash Mike Barton. Then after the match, we are going to do the classic lights go out, lights come back on, and Vampiro and the Widowmaker are there. Warrior would probably be... You know what? Let's do lights out. They're out for a while. Lights come up. Warrior's down on the ground like bloodied. And we're all like, I don't even know what happened. Like that kind of thing. Although, we will just be doing classic attacker and victim here. Nick, while you're here, what would be a stupid name for Vampiro and the Widowmaker as like a tag team? The Widowmaker is a spooky Barry Windham gimmick, if you missed last week. You know what? We just got some angle ideas. Let's use them. Because this will need it. Death Rider. Oh no, the Death Riders is good though. Oh shit. I hate that. Okay. Austin can't believe all of it. Battle. Oh, Ted. Yeah, Battle Cat beat Ted. Ted threw a temper tantrum. Sounds like Battle Cat's beating him in the third time. Let's do a gimmick match. Fuck it. What do we want to do for the Battle Cat, Ted DiBiase blow off? And why is it the buck naked match? Dog collar weenie version? Lucha. Oh, we could do a Luchas de Apuestas between Ted DiBiase and Battle Cat. Battle Cat has to give up his mask. Ted DiBiase has to leave WCW forever. Now we're booking. This is only the third one, right? Yeah, this is the third one. Battle Cat is beating Ted DiBiase. Clean. This is the end of the storyline. And then we are going to do an angle where like Ted gets escorted from the building and he's all like upset. And then Battle Cat and Boogie Woogie Man like laugh at him. So we're going to say Ted. We're going to give him dramatic acting. That might be a bad idea. And then we'll do like Battle Cat and Boogie Woogie Man working the crowd. Is escorted from the building after losing Apuestas match. Alright, great. Oh! Just because Takada is going to do an MMA fight doesn't mean he doesn't get to do his promo. So, Takada, Shamrock, please just stand there. Arn can talk. Arn's good at talking. And Rick. 6 minutes. Y'all cook. Setting up tag title match for Halloween Havoc, aka Takada Cook Test. You know what? 8 minutes. We got Ric Flair. We got Arn. I'm going crazy. Bam Bam and Emily. So okay. So Sting. Chat, which match did I say we were going to make spin the wheel, make the deal? It was going to be, it was the Vampiro match, wasn't it? All right. So nothing to do there then. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like Steve Austin and Cactus should be in the main event. Not sure how or why, but we'll figure it out. Steve Austin and the Fantastics beat Cactus and the Gilberts. That's a weird match. Okay. So outside of a couple of 6-man tags, they've mostly been kept apart. They also wrestled Ted in the... Okay, that's weird too. Steve Austin. You are going to team... Oh, Ricky Steamboat. This is... You are going to take on Cactus and Kurt Hennig, which is a very funny tag team. But this is going to be good. Give these guys 18 minutes. Open. Ooh, Austin is fairly poor. Okay. Let's give Steve a win. I think that can just be clean. And I think we could do an angle afterwards where Cactus and Steve fight. Ball to the back. Okay. We've got like 20 more minutes. And we have not done anything with the world champion. It's crazy that Bigelow is the bigger star in the Bigelow and Savage feud. That's wild. I think we just have Avalanche and Sting talk to each other. I don't know if we have made that match official. I actually want to check that now. Oh, this is all messed up because Stan is also in it. Okay, it is in fact official. All right. So this instead will just be Avalanche gloating about winning the tag match last week, and that's a sign of things to come at Halloween Havoc. Sting's never beaten a man like me, a man like the Avalanche. I'm more man than he can handle. And then Sting will come out and talk about how, like, I've beat Vader, I beat Stan Hansen. Vader's a friend of mine now, and he's twice the man you've ever been. That kind of stuff. And then Bam Bam and Savage would probably also be talking to each other. Have we done just like Scott Steiner versus Terry Funk? Have we done that? No. No, we have not. Great. Perfect. Beautiful. I'm always surprised Scott Steiner's brawling or Puro is not higher. I won't forget Bobby Eaton. We're not to dark matches yet. I'm still going to make this wall brawl. And then... let's see here. Oh, I need to add Dave Finlay to this. Rick neutral. Scott fairly poor. All right, Scott's fairly poor, so he's got to get a win here. So Scott Steiner. Let's do botched interference from Finlay. Then we still have a couple of minutes. Who wants to cut a promo? Bam Bam Bigelow or Randy Savage? Why not both? Bigelow, Savage. Bigelow was on the winning side of that tag match last week, so I think this is going to be a promo about how Randy Savage does not deserve a television title match. Savage says Bigelow is a coward. Bigelow is not fazed. Did I forget a storytelling match? I did forget a storytelling match. It's gonna be the Battle Cat. And then... we probably are bringing someone up to test with Beautiful Bobby. Yes, we are bringing someone up to test with Beautiful Bobby. Although, what if the answer is just the Z-Man? Alright, who else? Who else do we want to try? Brian Armstrong would be funny. Chris Daniels would be funny. I don't think Chris is there yet. Who is down here that's probably, like, ready to go? Like, Sasuke's probably ready to... yeah, Sasuke's, like, ready to go. Super weird partner for Bobby Eaton, but, like... I don't know. What if it works? James Maritato, kind of ready to go, too. Kid Cash. Kid Cash, I feel like, makes the most sense as a Bobby Eaton partner. Although he's kind of far away, I think. Richard Slinger. Richard Slinger's working a heel, not that that super matters. I'm thinking, like, the people that seem close, like, Sasuke seems like we could just bring him up and he would be good. Like, what's he getting down there? Alright, I want to see, like, a singles match. Although it doesn't look like... oh, he's teaming with James Maritato in Smoky Mountain. Yeah, Sasuke's getting a 61. I'm gonna bring up Sasuke and see if he has chemistry with Bobby Eaton. That's a crazy sentence, but we're gonna try it. See, this whole time I was thinking like it would be Bobby Eaton and a protege, but now I'm thinking if it's Sasuke, we give Bobby Eaton a mask gimmick. You know what I mean? Thomas Rich and Richard Morton. Come on down. How many jobs can you guys do in dark matches? I'm giving Sasuke the win. Alright, this has to be in some kind of order. Let's open with the Sting and Avalanche promo. And Scott Steiner vs. Terry Funk is probably good. Great Sasuke and lesser Sasuke. How about lesser is mean? How about just like great Sasuke and good Sasuke? Alright, let's move this here. Boy, do I really want Vampiro and Wintermaker attacking Warrior to be the last thing? Probably not. Probably swap these. Yeah, that's probably better. $86. I think this is a good show. I think this show's gonna get a 90. I believe. Oh, beautiful Bobby and Great Sasuke don't work well as a team. Their timing is all over the place. Should have seen that coming. Great Sasuke still got a 51 though, so Sasuke is probably a guy we could just bring up anytime we want. We will need to get him some pop, but if we bring him right up and give him something, maybe after Liger and Ultimo are done, we bring Sasuke up. Give him a big push right out of the gate. Try to get him some momentum, have him show up and like beat up the champion. 96, let's go. Avalanche is like low-key a good promo in this mod, and I'm not really sure why, but I'm gonna let it slide. I guess this goes back to what I was saying earlier. If you're over and you've got some charisma, you'll get a good rating on a promo, especially if you're out there with a guy who is a good promo like Sting. 79. This should have been a lot better. I'm assuming we got dinged here for low heat. Yeah, we sure were. Alright, well, I mean, for the opening match, I guess it's not so bad. 84. Bigelow and Savage has been kind of underwhelming. I think Savage is always going to be kind of underwhelming because he's always irritated. And no matter what I do to fix it, no matter how much money we give him, he's always irritated. And I think that just, like, kind of takes a couple points off of all the scores. 77, sure. Honestly, kind of over-delivered here. We'll see if this did anything for the Battle Cat. I kind of doubt it. And then Ted got carried out of the building while Battle Cat and Jimmy Valiant laughed at him. 70. Oh, Mike Barton was rusty. Holy smokes. Wow. It's been that long, huh? 59. 59 with a successful angle idea. That's rough. This is just classic, like, Swarley style, this is not working, but we're just going to push through it kind of booking. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I believe. Although, looking at these three people I have together, I'm like, I don't like... Barry Windham has sucked. Warriors kind of sucked. I'm really banking on Vampiro, and you should never be banking on Vampiro. That's a bad place to be. 98! Let's go! Takada. Takada. We have to beg him. Beg him not to take that MMA fight. Takada-san, please. It's a bad idea. 85. Okay, we probably also got a little dinged here for low heat, but you can't be mad at an 85 main event. Double low heat. I thought Austin and Cactus had heat. They were getting like 90-something promos. And then 88 for these guys. That's actually really good for just two guys fighting. 91. Hey, 1 point better than I guessed, so we will definitely take that. Hard carried by some promos, but hey, that's WCW style, baby. That's how we do it. As always, we made less money on Saturday night because everyone on this brand gets paid a lot of money. At least I think that's why. Ooh, we went up in the Southeast. Okay. And of course, the Maritimes. This is a very, very strange smile. This is like me on picture day in like 2nd grade. And they're like, you know, couldn't fake the smile. Couldn't do it. Bring up Kudo. Thank you! I think I might have had her set to recall, but like not immediately or whatever, and that was stupid. I shouldn't have done that. Joshi Hardcore Queen. Sure, that's a gimmick. You're on Nitro. And I want to get you... I need to get you some momentum, like ASAP. Oh, you have hot momentum. Because I've been having her win squash matches. Chat, if she has hot momentum, does that mean I can have her with, like, in matches with non-recognizable people? Ray and Battlecat pop changes. Ray got about 4 points from that Baba match. You gotta take it. And Battlecat is up to the low 70s. So Battlecat is actually a star, baby. Just not in New England or the Northwest, which is kind of weird, but he's in the 70s in most territories. I think very hot and above, okay. Well, she's if we get her a good character idea, then she'll be there. Do we have good character ideas? We have a safe bet. God, no. Ah. All right. We're gonna on Nitro, we're just gonna farm creative ideas. Oh man. Safe bet fail. I feel like character ideas have the highest percentage of failing. I don't know if that's true. That's just what it feels like. Lady Apache moved to the southeast. Sure. Actually, it is very warm and above. Well, she's still very warm. I don't know if that's scary to test, but we might test it. Oh no. Oh no. Dance. Okay, sure. Billy Kidman hurt. How? Broken neck. Out for over a year. Oh no. Fuck. Okay. Well, can we pay for the surgery? I know he didn't get hurt working for us, but I'll pay for the surgery. No. He's not coming back until December 1995. Whew, that's like 14 months. Damn. All right. All right, let's get the old notepad out. So that match, that's off the table. Ultimo and Liger. I mean, we were just saying, like, oh, if we have a spot for Sasuke, do we bring up Sasuke? Do we make him a heel and just throw him in there? Show me people on Nitro who are weight range. No one over like 220. I don't know if that's the cap or not, but that's what I'm gonna put. Too Cold, Brian Pillman. All the women, of course. Liger. Ray. See, the problem with Ray is I can't imagine he can even be a face. Oh, he can, or a heel rather, but he can be a heel. I'm actually surprised. I thought he was going to be a 100% pure baby face. And then, I mean, I guess Ultimo himself could turn heel. No, he's a 100% face. All right, never mind. I should probably check that on Sasuke. %, face. All right. It is not Sasuke. Can work either as a face or a heel. Too Cold is probably the closest. Like, if we just got him some momentum, he'd be there. But he would have to turn heel. There would also be, like, Jericho and Candido in developmental. Neither one of them would really have the pop either, but they can be heels, I assume. I would assume Chris, yeah, Chris is amazing at being a face and a heel. Has cool, he's not that far off. And then Chris Candido, he's pretty far off pop-wise, but he could be a face or a heel. Yeah, for sure. RVD. James Maritado, you're a face or a heel. Yeah, you're a face or, yeah, James Maritado. I assume you got really good tech. Yeah, you got really good tech. Lance Storm. Lance Storm can come up and be a boring heel. Psychosis. Psychosis has red hot momentum. And he's working as a heel right now. $40 pop in the South. All right, so he's getting a big push in SMW. That's interesting. So if we were like going by what they're doing, that's who we would probably bring up. Jerry Lynn is getting 76s. You know what? And Jerry Lynn is already on our last roster, and Jerry Lynn is already a heel. So maybe the answer is looking us right in the face. Maybe it's time for Jerry Lynn. We don't have to bring anyone in. We have 50 million people we're not using. He's got a poor gimmick. Let's repackage Jerry Lynn. Legitimate style gimmicks particularly well. Okay, legitimate. I would say that's generic and safe. And then, what would his gimmick be? I wanted to give him like a metal guy gimmick, but that's not really a legitimate gimmick. Doing good for workers, which is serious fighters. Chris Jericho with the Super Liger gimmick. I think we're gonna do Jerry Lynn. Although we might bring up Chris Jericho anyway. Although we just sent him to Dev. Maybe Jerry Lynn is gonna be like the anti-luchador. Although he does that style a little bit. Whatever. I was gonna make him a metal guy. I'm gonna make him a metal guy. It doesn't matter if it's a legitimate gimmick. The game doesn't know the difference. You know what? Let's use one of these gimmick ideas. Jerry needs it. We give him the certainty that ends in 94. New picture for Jerry Lynn. That's a good idea. That's because he's not a young pretty boy anymore. He's a serious metal guy now. Damn, Inoki got hurt too? What's going on over in New Japan? I wish there was something between like rookie Jerry Lynn and like ECW 1999 Jerry Lynn, but I can't believe this fucking mod goes until Kylan King. Like, that's crazy. It's crazy to think that we could in someday be booking this same save and be booking Kylan King. I will use this one. No, this is not a new alter ego. He's still just Jerry Lynn. Nokiism is what is happening? Yeah, I suppose. People watch Saturday night. It's close enough to... It's 1994. Like... ECW is around right now, but it's still like Eastern Championship Wrestling. The thing, like, I feel like nowadays a 5-year gap in wrestling isn't maybe that crazy. Although I guess now that I say that and I think about like what was going on in like 2020, yeah, I guess it was a lot different. But like, I feel like the 5 years between 1994 and 1999 is like insane. Alright, let's do... Tri-State. We haven't been to the Tri-State since the early September. Last time we did the Garden, which is nuts. This time we're going to go to the Izod Center. Right across the river. I want character ideas. I want good character ideas. Come on. Come on! One likely. You scumbags. Damn, Terry, the thing where you're mad at Stan and ready to kick him out of the NWO is a work, brother. Calm down. You don't actually have to get in an argument with him. Dusty Rhodes Steve Regal bonded backstage, having discovered a shared love of gardening. Huh. Akiyama and Akira Taue, we're getting on well backstage. Great. Dr. Death yelled at Bobby Heenan. Tenryu trade Rie Tamada. Baba did some real half-ass training. Oh, we got some tips from Tenryu to Akiyama. Please tell me Stan is going to cut a promo this way. Oh, yeah, that's... Let's do that. But, like, kind of that. Let's send the NWO out there with Stan and Ventura and Mitsuharu Misawa and Kenta. You just stand there and look pretty. Basically, long story short, they're gonna accept the War Games, but we're not doing it till Fall Brawl because we need to get ready. We are not prepared right now. Last week, you know, me and Liger had that tag match, and I made a mistake. I accidentally hit him with the lariat, and that's my fault. But that lariat broke his neck because he is weak. That's not my fault. If he can't handle one Stan Hansen lariat, how is he going to handle the War Games? And then Ventura and Misawa can be like, that is not what happened. You know that's not what happened. You know he got injured in Japan, and that is messed up. And we're going to have, you know, some more NWO is falling apart kind of stuff. This sounds like a long promo. This is probably like 8 minutes. Also, I guess don't forget to talk about Sting. And I guess Liger. Don't forget to talk about Liger. Vader. Yeah, might as well do all of them. Dustin. Eddie Guerrero. What do you think we should do with Jerry Lynn, chat? Do you think we should do, like, coming soon video packages to, like, rebuild it back up? Or do you think Ultimo should just be like, well, Liger's hurt, I guess I'm doing an open challenge, and then, like, Jerry Lynn comes out? Like, what do you think we should... What's the best way to go about this? Because we need to get Jerry some momentum. Although we're gonna get... It's gonna reset when he changes his gimmick. So we need him to change that gimmick ASAP. So he needs to be on the show. Oh, he's not even on a written contract. I just realized that. We should probably switch that. Probably the open. Dragon being a jobber and then comes out to challenge him. Ultimo win an open challenge. Yeah, I think those are all decent ideas. Let's do... Ultimo taking on he's totally wrestled Kikuchi. Let's borrow somebody. You know what, we were talking about borrowing Chris Jericho. Oh, he's working as a face. You know what, Chris Canyon? I didn't really think of him as he's 6'1", 261. He's definitely not a light heavyweight, although he would have a good match with Ultimo. Who's a heel down here? D'Lo, Kid Cash. Kid Cash is a heel. Lance Storm's a heel. Lance Storm probably has really good tech. Yeah, oh, Lance Storm has very good tech. Lance Storm, come up here. Ultimo Dragon and Lance Storm. I'm going to give them a 10-minute tech masterclass. That Ultimo is going to win, obviously. And afterwards, Jerry Lynn. I was going to have him cut a promo after the match, but he's bad at talking, so let's just have Jerry Lynn show up and beat him up. Surprise. New and improved Jerry Lynn attacks Ultimo. You know what else we should do? We should add him to that storyline. Hey, Liger's out for 14 months. We could probably just remove him. That's probably the best way to do that. All right, great. What a show we've booked so far. Zodiac, I am going to take your word that we can book Megumi Kudo. And I hope this doesn't backfire. Good at brawling, good at hardcore. Hardcore doesn't really matter. Riley, what's up, man? No one else is really good at brawling or hardcore, so that's great. Well, Bull will be, so that's good. Fantasia. Just in case this backfires, I'm going to give it 6 minutes. Megumi's going to get the win. And then... let's see... Passable English. Okay. Passable English. You know what that means, chat. That means it's time for Megumi Kudo to make a belt motion. Now we're booking. Now we're booking. Now this is real wrestling. All right. Okay, now we have the opposite problem of last week where we had all our top heels cut promos, and now it's like, oh, all the baby faces. Dusty should come back this week, so we should probably do... Let's get the Nightmares all back together, because they've kind of been weirdly separated. So let's do Ron, Dustin, and Sabu taking on Tenryu and Dr. Death and Terry Gordy. Although we've maybe done this exact 6-man tag. We did in August. Hey, you know what? That was 2 months ago. We're going to do it again. Although I guess we could simply make it different by putting like Misawa and Kobashi in instead, and that would be fine by me. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, it would have been wild if we did this one too, but that's why you gotta check. 16. I would like Sabu to pin Tenryu with interference from Dusty, but I don't know if that's gonna work. We'll see how Tenryu feels about it. Fuck. How different is y'all's pop? It's not. Although Tenryu is a bigger star, like globally. That's probably the difference. But still, damn. He could win by DQ when Dusty attacks him. And then afterwards, Dusty. Oh, Dusty should have like a cowbell with him or something, and he's gonna like whip. He's gonna whip Tenryu a bunch with like the rope. That's what we're gonna do. They're gonna have to like pull Dusty off him. Dusty's going crazy. Now, I know what you're thinking. Swarley, are you really setting up a Dusty Rhodes and Genichiro Tenryu bull rope match? Yes. Yes, I am. Thank you for your concern. In fact, just to be sure, can't miss this. This is important. I don't think Jumbo has responded since Rick Rude called him a sweat hog. Which is for good reason. Jumbo isn't much of a talker. Where... Oh, it's this one. I was going to say, what happened? Yeah, he has... Yeah, he's got it. He's gotta. Jumbo Tsuruta is gonna cook. Rick. You know what? Let's send Rick out there. That's probably for the best. Jumbo, for a couple of minutes, talks about how, you know, Rick Rude just can't handle that a guy that looks like me is a better wrestler than he is. And then Jumbo is going to be like, oh, please, you make me sick. That kind of stuff. I need this game to stop giving me angle ideas that are like only for good wrestlers. I don't need Sting angle ideas. I need you to give me fucking Jumbo Tsuruta angle ideas. Actually, you know what? Let's use a likely on that, because I'm always afraid to use the likelies. But like, I don't know. This isn't going to be important. This isn't going to be the first or last thing on the show. So let's use a likely and hope we get lucky. We got 20 more minutes. We have all of the baby faces. We still have Pillman and Razor. We still have Owen Hart. Owen Hart did a promo last week, which was we should not have done that. Let's do. Can we do like Brian Pillman and Mike Awesome against like Razor and Eddie? Have I done this exact match? I feel like I might have. It was a 6-man. Now it's a tag. Works for me. Neutral. They're both neutral. That is surprising. I don't think Razor... Oh, Razor could probably beat... he could beat Mike Awesome, but there's no way he could beat Pillman. No. So I think we're gonna give Pillman the up here. So we do Pillman, loser, Razor. We'll do a distraction by that dastardly Paulie Dangerously. This is probably the storytelling match. I don't think I've said that yet, and there were certainly telling stories. Oh, yes. Did Ray get momentum? No, it's only neutral. I mean, I would be happy for him to just beat Baba again, but that match was really bad because they had no chemistry. Well, that said, Baba could lose to someone else. He still got pop. Let's do that. Let's have Baba lose to someone else. I was just talking about how Too Cold is like close. Booker. We should probably just send Booker to Dev. I don't think Booker. No. Honestly, I wish I could have him lose to the women. I wish I could just have Baba lose to like Debbie Malenko. That would be rad. Too Cold Scorpio and Giant Baba. What a match. Yeah, I know. You know what? We haven't done anything on the show with Regal and Owen. Oh, fucking Vader and Sting aren't on the show. That's very stupid. Let's just have those guys cut a promo. This will be later after the NWO promo about like, oh, looks like there's trouble in paradise, like that kind of stuff. And then we have 4 more minutes. So I'm going to do a 3-minute Owen Hart and Steve Regal video package. You know, I'll just do character development. Owen Hart, Steve Regal, 3 minutes. Outside broadcast, video, pre-taped. You know what? Script this. Just 3 minutes, talking about the feud so far, showing Regal talking shit about the Hearts, Owen firing back. Maybe some footage of like Owen training at the Heart Dungeon. You know, that kind of stuff. All right, 94 minutes. We really loaded this one. All right. We are opening with that NWO promo. And then we have to open with Ultimo and Lance Storm. Because that's the Tech Masterclass, and I never know where else to put those. This should be like way up here. Yeah. I think I want to put Megumi Kudo like down here. Megumi Kudo versus Fantasia and Giant Baba versus Too Cold Scorpio is like a rough stretch of matches, but we'll get through it. They're both short. Oh, almost lost the Megumi Kudo belt motion out of place. That would have, what a disaster that would have been. I think this is a good show. I'm a little worried the main event's only going to get like an 84 or something stupid like that, but I'll still guess like a 90. I'll go rock solid at a 90. I assume this is just yellow because yeah, Giant Bob is really mad. Okay, just checking. 87. That's good. That's good promo. Lots of people involved here. I think this War Games will do better than the one we did on AEW because we have 3 storylines interconnecting in it, and they all have decent heat. And that seems to help the War Games matches do a little better. Lance Storm and Ultimo got an 80. I mean, you take that. You got to be happy with that. Lance Storm coming up out of Dev and getting a 52. Nice. And show me that new and improved Jerry Lynn has got a 42. Let's change that gimmick. Gimmick idea was a success. He's great. He's got a great gimmick. All right. Cool. Hopefully this can reset Jerry Lynn. Okay, no penalty. We got a 56 for this, but we got a 50 for Megumi Kudo. Also, like, she can have matches. Also, all those dark matches we had her win got her momentum, even though she was in Dev. So that's a good life hack, I guess, to use for the future. Then a 44 for the belt motion. Can't really be surprised there. 69 for Owen Hart and Steve Regal video package. That's fine. It's a video package. A 60 for Baba and Too Cold. There was not enough selling shown, which I'm going to take to mean that Baba just did not sell anything. That's what I'm going to take that to mean. That Too Cold was throwing drop kicks at him and Baba was just walking through him, not doing anything. $81 for this. Angle idea was a failure. Well, that's a shame. An 80 for this. We take that. Razor got a 58. I don't know if this Razor push is gonna work. 91. I mean, considering this was just me being like, hey, you guys weren't booked tonight, I don't know, go talk about NWO crumbling. 91. Pretty good. Fuck, I hate when this shit happens. The storylines weren't hot. Storyline, even though they're on the show every week, they're not hot storylines. God, he's got poor again? Oh, his gimmick before was good. He went from good to poor. That sucks. I should have at least reset his momentum. And a 51 for him whipping Tenru with the cowbell. 81. I feel like this happens more on Nitro than Saturday night. And it's probably because we have more promo guys on Saturday night who are able to get heat for the matches. Whereas on this brand, it's more about the wrestling. So we can only build them up through like undercard matches. But hey, you know what? We made 750 grand. Everything's going to be all right. Yeah, Masawa needs a bit. Yeah, his gimmick was poor also. It's actually wild that he's as over as he is with a poor gimmick. Because he is, like, very over. He's 87. What even is his gimmick? No gimmick needed. Well, it's a standard gimmick, and it's extremely marketable. Alright, he's also legitimate. Masawa's gimmick is that he is stoic. It's not much of a gimmick, but that was his gimmick. And because he's important, we're going to give this a near certainty as well. Was there something else I needed to do? People watch Nitro. Okay. Hulk Hogan and the British Bulldog beat Big Boss Man and the Undertaker. I mean, that sounds like WWF. Take the Snake, beat the Barbarian. DDP. The DDP push has been interesting. For sure. Tony Atlas? Oh, Marty's leaving. They're jobbing Marty on the way out. To Tony Atlas. That's rough. And I thought I was bad about jobbing guys on the way out. Alright. Let's go to the old Mid-Atlantic. Last time we were here, we went to Maryland. Let's go to... I feel like we always go to Winston-Salem. Greensboro is a little on the big side, although honestly not that big. We're going to Chapel Hill. I still want character ideas. Come on, give me good character ideas. What is this? Baba needs to fucking let his contract run out already. George South. George South did a barbecue last week and then told road stories this week. That's a good brother. Great rib from Kurt Hennig, sure. Nick Bockwinkel and Ken Shamrock are now travel buddies. Well, I would hope so. They've been working with each other for like 6 months. Alright. Alright. You know how we have to open this week? We have to open it with an Ultimate Warrior promo. Let's call this a tease. Basically, you know, Vampiro, Widowmaker, you used your dark powers to have a 2-on-1 attack on the Ultimate Warrior, but the Ultimate Warrior is a well-connected man. You know, but long story short, I'm gonna get a tag team partner to fight you guys promo. Chat, did we do a chem test with Barry Windham and Vampiro? We wouldn't have done all this without doing that, right? 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 That would have been ridiculous if we hadn't done that. Uh-oh. Okay, well, you know what? They should probably debut as an act on TV. This doesn't even have to be a dark match. This could be on the show. Vampiro, although we might regret that if it doesn't work out. Who are our face jobbers? Oh, the Italians. Joey Maggs and the Italian Stallion. Welcome back. Well, we'll do it live. Vampiro's gonna win. And I'm literally gonna do like I'm doing like the Catholic cross thing right now, just like, God, please. Do not give them bad chem. Do not give them bad chem. Oh man. I feel like you would do the, like, I kind of want to do like Sting and Austin against Avalanche and Cactus, like, you know, champions versus challenger, but I feel like you'd save that for the go home, although you don't necessarily have to. I assume we did like the Horseman match with Ricky teaming with Catch Club. Like, I assume we did that. Yeah, we sure did. Let's do it. Sting and Steve Austin taking on Avalanche and Cactus Jack. I need to check who needs to win. Avalanche is fairly good. Sting is good. Cactus is neutral. Steve is neutral. So either of them could win this. I think Cactus probably needs a little juice going into this. So I'm going to give him a tainted win over Steve Austin. Yeah, he's down to the 70s. Let's give Cactus a tainted win. Oh. Oh. One isn't real. Bit unhappy is not important. We'll be fine. Rick Rude is offered to put over. Oh, we should do something with Jushin Liger. We never got to that Jushin Liger and Ultimo offer. That's a shame. Maybe the Steiners versus Finley and Terry Funk should be the spin the wheel make the deal match. Because I know the spooky, like, I feel like mystery partner is enough of a gimmick. Although we'll probably reveal Piper next week. But I think that match has enough juice. I think we should do it for Steiners versus Funk and Finley, because that'll give that match something. So let's do 6 minutes. This would probably be a thing where like Eric Bischoff would be out there interviewing them, but we're going to have Terry, character development, Dave Finley, you are there. Scott Steiner, you are talking. Rick Steiner, you are there. Magnum, I guess you're there too. Steiner versus Funk. Finley is spin the wheel, make the deal. If you're not familiar with spin the wheel, make the deal, it is exactly what it sounds like. You spin a wheel, it's got a bunch of gimmick matches on it. It lands on one. Which is fun for us because we never know what which gimmick matches the game's going to let us do, so we could try all of them. When in doubt with the Horsemen, I feel like you just have them cut a promo. I feel like that's a pretty safe bet. Rick, Arn, Kurt, Tully is also there, talking about Takada and Ricky Steamboat and Ken Shamrock. I guess a little wrinkle here is that maybe Arn and Rick are giving Kurt a hard time about, like, you better beat Steamboat. You said he was cooked, and now he's beating you in matches. We'd hate to be down a Horseman. And then hangs up with the glass. I'll beat him. I'll beat him. Okay? And then, of course, they'll also talk about Takada and Shamrock and those, you know, those Catch Club losers spending all their times in sweaty wrestling gyms when they could be styling and profiling. Alright. Let's give Steamboat a match. Have I done just Steamboat versus Tully? Like, mano y mano? I did in August. Which I think is good enough time to do it again. Steamboat, botched interference by Kurt Hennig. This one really books itself. Okay, well then pick someone else. Maybe not Takada. Dave Finley is a... Yeah, whatever. Darn. Bam Bam. Battle Cat. What are we doing with Battle Cat? Now that Ted is gone, quote unquote. Oh, I have an idea. Rick Martel, I don't remember if he's even good at promos. Rick Martel is going to be like, ugh, the Battle Cat, he got rid of my friend Ted DiBiase. I will make him pay. Okay. Well, Bam Bam told Randy Savage he wasn't getting a TV, so Randy should probably just win matches. That probably makes sense. I would like to give him someone who's not a complete jabron. So it looks like Eddie Gilbert. That's a fun match. Savage is simply going to win. I will make it open. And I'm going to do the old Bam Bam Bigelow at ringside. And we have 6 more minutes. Oh, Catch Club's not on the show. You know what? We put Takada with the Horseman last week, and that wasn't a true cook test. Let's give him a true cook test. Just Takada with Ken Shamrock standing next to him, saying nothing, talking about Arn Anderson and Ric Flair. I don't even really have it. I mean, those guys were making fun of them for being gym rats instead of living life. So I guess they would give a retort promo about how, you guys are wasting this opportunity. You're not taking it seriously. You're going to find, at Halloween Havoc, we're going to find out what happens when a tag team that parties and styles and profiles goes against a team that's ready and prepared, which is not going to work out for them because they're going to lose this match because Takada took a stupid MMA fight. What's the yellow? The yellow is Steve Austin. We're fine. God, what do we open with? Let's open with the Horseman. And then Randy Savage and Eddie Gilbert. That's a weird opener. Let's get this Warrior. This needs to. This needs to be like way up here. And then let's do the Warrior thing right after. That makes sense. Boy, Takada Cook Test got really high on the card. But I believe in him? Oh, hold on. We almost forgot our Bobby Eaton finding a partner test. How could I forget that? Alright, I'm going to try James Maritato. That's another funny one we could do with like the very Italian guy and the very Southern guy. I think that would be very funny. It's basically just the FBI, but with Bob Eaton instead of Tracy Smothers. But you know what? People like the FBI, so that could work. Thomas Rich and Richard Morton got to be really tired of losing to Beautiful Bobby. All right, that's the show. I mean, that tag match I think is going to be good. I think those storylines are hot. I think they'll be a good match. So I'm going to go like a 92. I'm going to go high on this. I mean, James Maritato didn't have good chemistry with him, but it wasn't negative chemistry. I don't know. That's a maybe. '89 Horseman promo. Takada might beat that. 79, Randy Savage and Eddie Gilbert. I'll take that. That's a nice little match. Ooh, Rick Martel cannot cut a promo. Woof. Okay. We're fine. We're fine on Vampiro and the Widowmaker. It's fine. And you know what? Vampiro got a 71. So, you know, he is the guy to do stuff with from this tag feud. Everything's fine. Warrior promo 72, which gained heat on this feud. That's how this feud's been going. Not great. Steamboat and Tully 82. Good. I mean, especially for just like an undercard match, that's quite good. We got an 86 promo with these guys. I'll take that. That is better than I thought this would do. It looks like we got good rolls on everybody. Okay, 82 Takada promo. So, I was a little zealous to say he might beat the Horseman. But, I mean, 82, he can cook. He passed the cook test. $84, which means we absolutely got hit. How do these have low heat? Sting and Avalanche and Austin and Cactus are getting like 90s in all their promos. How do these have low heat? What do you mean? $86. Okay, I thought this would be better, but that is fine. Okay, we made money. Pop recap, air times, beautiful. Martel probably has crap momentum. Yeah, I mean probably, but I think it's both. I think he's not a good promo and he has crap momentum. Bobby Fulton moved to the Southeast. You're telling me Bobby Fulton wasn't already living in the Southeast? Kenta Kobashi has moved to the Southeast. Cool. Giant Baba likes Joey Maggs. Giant Baba is trying to sabotage us on his way out the door. Randy Savage thinks Tommy Rich needs to learn how to sail. Alright. Cool. Alright, well that is going to do it for this week's stream. Halloween Havoc is in 10 days, which means, by God, we're actually going to make it to it next week. So next week it will be Nitro, Go Home Saturday Night, Halloween Havoc. Then probably Notepad time and call it a stream. Maybe we'll make it to another Nitro. But I think that'll probably be it. And then me and Nick are back on Thursday for AEW. I don't remember if we're going to make it to Full Gear. No, I don't think we are, because I have the rest of that tournament to do, which means I would have the quarters and semis, which means I would have 2 more weeks. So I don't think we're going to make it to Full Gear, but at the stream after that, we should probably make it. But hey, rest of the Full Gear Eliminator, don't miss it. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, thanks, appreciate it. Like the video, comment, subscribe. I just hit 800 subscribers on YouTube, like right before this stream. I was at 800 on the dot, so that's cool. Wasn't that long ago. I had like 200, so we've been growing. So thanks everybody on YouTube, subscribing and watching the videos and all that. Appreciate the support. And that's it. I'll see you guys on Thursday or next Tuesday. Night.